Welcome to the Struggle of Motherhood podcast. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Mama Shantae. Before we get started with today's episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, get that thing on out for your girl. You know how we do it. Well, as you can see from the thumbnail, today's topic is a little interesting and very, very, very serious to say the least. Well, let's get into it. We have a mother of three, and I use the term mother very loosely. Some may disagree with me, but it is what it is. We are talking about Raven Yates. She has a 14-year-old daughter, a 12-year-old daughter, and a 3-year-old son. And as of late September, according to the news reports, it's looking like she left her kids at home, the two that are 12 years old and the 3-year-old. The 14-year-old is listed as a runaway. So the 14-year-old was not in the home at the time. When the mother left, she instructed her 12-year-old daughter not to tell anyone that she was not home. Otherwise, her dad would come get her and leave her little brother there by himself. So with that fear in mind, the little girl would only call her father and let him know, like, Mom's at work and we need food. And so he would send her food, like via DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. He would send them food. And other than that, he had no idea that the mother of his child was missing in action. So fast forward to the police being called upon the father of the 12-year-old girl receiving some information from a family member that Miss Yates, the mother, was spotted in Mobile, Alabama. Mind you, the kids are in Texas. So the mom is gone off in Mobile, Alabama, and the children, the 12-year-old daughter and the 3-year-old son, are left at home by themselves. So once the father hears this, that the mom is seen in Mobile, Alabama, and he knows that he's been sending food to the daughter and her brother in Texas, he's like, hey, what's going on here? I got notes here, y'all. So if y'all see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes, making sure I don't leave anything out. But so the father, upon investigation from the sheriff's department, the father is a music producer who lives in California. So if anyone's questioning, well, why did the father just, pull up? Well, he's in California. The kids are in Texas. He is the father of one child. The two children do have different fathers. I'm an assumption that the 14-year-old also has a different father. I am not sure, but that is just my assumption. It would make sense that she does have a different father. His daughter, their daughter together, was in Texas. He's in California, so it's not like he can just get in the car and pull up on her and make sure she's okay. So he could only go off of the word. I'm not sure why he didn't get he didn't hear from the mother and get clarification from her to make sure she was at work and see why she didn't leave any food. I guess he just went off his daughter's word and just sent the food, whatever. We're not placing blame on the dad. That is not where the blame is to be placed. But I wanted to clear that up because I did see a lot of comments around social media like, the dad this, the dad that. We're not going to take the focus off the mother who left her children, okay? So, according to Chief Stephen Carlisi, I hope I'm saying his name right, of the Roman Forest Police Department, he said there was no food. Everything was empty. There was some dry beans and some spices. Think about it.
For themselves inside of a home in East Montgomery County. KPRC2's Bill Baraja spoke with the Roman Forest Police Department. And Bill, are those kids, how are they doing tonight?
Well, surprisingly, they are healthy and in good shape. That, according to the police department here. They are also now with family members in Alabama. Police say that they were in this home here just behind me from September 28th until November 14th. The 12-year-old little girl allegedly scared to report their situation to anyone for fear that she would be separated from her 3-year-old little brother. The search is on for Raven Yates. The Roman Forest Police Department putting her on blast on their Facebook page and accusing the 31-year-old mother of leaving her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son to fend for themselves in this East Montgomery County home.
They weren't registered in school, so nobody noticed.
Police Chief Stephen Carlisle of the Roman Forest Police Department saying the children survived off of what they could.
The conditions inside the house did look like a 12-year-old was taking care of a 3-year-old. Miraculously and thankfully, they were both healthy, and they had creative ways of getting food here. So,
and that included calling Dad with a cover story.
Yeah, they called Dad with the cover story saying, hey, Mom's at work, can you send some food?
It wasn't until their dad, who lives in California, was notified by Yates' family that she was in Mobile, Alabama without the children, that he knew something was wrong, according to police.
We flew out here from California and on November 14th and found that they had been here alone.
The Facebook post says Yates is now wanted here in Montgomery County and in Mobile, Alabama, where she was last seen.
We do have a warrant for Raven Yates, which is the mother. We have 2 counts of abandonment, endangering a child without intent to return.
And the chief says the
and
2
as of
children.
today, the police are still looking for Miss Raven Yates. I'm gonna put some posts up in here, but I did some searching and I saw that she's still posted and very active on social media, like nothing is going on. And her brother also made a comment about her mental health, and he is saying that, nobody knows what they're talking about. He's gonna stick by his sister's side. That's his sister. He's gonna stick beside her. He don't care what it is that anyone has to say, because they do not know what they're talking about. And I understand mental health. I have been at a point where I just was like, oh my God, I want to pack my things up and leave. But I never would just leave my children alone months at a time. No food, no resources, nothing. Anything could have happened. The house could have burnt down. Just anything. They could have starved. There was no food. Anything could have happened. And her brother goes on to say, you never know what a person is going through. But my sister Raven Yates, I'm going to stand behind her. Period. Social media is so quick to judge, but don't even know half of the story. If anybody know my sister, she's very smart and intelligent. When you have a mental health issue as an adult and you in denial about it, it's hard to help a person. Everybody knows something is wrong with my sister, except the peasants that don't know her. I'm tired, I'm upset, and I'm angry because y'all never know what a person is capable of doing. And the fact it's all the black women trying to bring her down is disgusting. The people I see sharing the block list, you go. I don't want to see anything negative on my timeline about my sister. And stop inboxing me. If it's nothing positive, if you haven't been around for years, why care now? And he said he feeling angry. And that was a post by Miss Raven Yates, the uncle of the children who were left at home. His name is Bo Yates. That was the post that was posted on social media by her brother. And, I understand, like I said, the mental health issue. I understand that. But also, as a family member, if you understand that your sister is facing mental health issues, then as a family member, the same way that you going hard about people who have something negative to say is the same way that you should have been stepping up to help your sister out. As a mom who struggles with mental health, I screamed to the rooftops that I needed some help. I constantly would say things like, I don't have any help, I don't have a sitter, I don't this, I don't this, I don't that, I don't that. And everybody has something to say. When a mother screams out that she needs relief, then you have everybody in the world. Well, you made them children, and them your children, and them your responsibility, and them this, that, and the third. So then you leave it up to them to do whatever they see fit. I am not excusing what this woman did by any means, because baby, I just don't agree with that. Clearly, there was some stuff going on. The 14-year-old daughter gone. You know what I'm saying? She's listed as a runaway. She's probably ran away multiple times. This woman is on social media, still posting reels of her and her son and still stating things like, people don't know what they're talking about. I mean, and then a lot of her posts aren't even relating to the situation. She just posting just to post, and meanwhile she got a warrant out for her arrest. Meanwhile, she don't know where her kids are. She doesn't know where her children are, and that's a problem. So yes, mental health can be dragged and pushed so far, all the way to psychosis, where I thank God that she did not harm the children as far as physically, you know what I'm saying? I thank God that she didn't do something to those children, leave those children in the house, and then be gone for 2 months and somebody discover them. I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, to address her brother, you have to be careful with that, because you stating that your sister had all these mental health issues and you never know what a person is capable of speaks volumes of family not having one's back and the village, or whatever the case may be, because there's no way that you can be sticking up for your sister, skipping town and going on about her life for 2 months and counting without her children, her minor children, her small children, as small as 3 years old. That's a baby. And for her to just pick up and be gone. And then she knew what she was doing by telling her 12-year-old, hey, don't tell your dad, because then your dad will come get you and he'll leave your brother there. She knew that wasn't facts. She knew that if her daughter was to call her dad and tell her dad, hey, my mom hasn't been back, it's just me and my little brother here, we here by ourselves, she been gone for a couple days, whatever. She knew that not only was he coming to get his daughter, but CPS, the police, and everything else was coming to get her son and coming to hunt for her. She knew that was going to be the chain reaction from her, decisions. She knew that. So for her to instill that fear in her daughter, and that just blows my mind. I just wonder, what if this family member, I believe it was, it said in the report, it's his ex-mother-in-law, so I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure if that means that was her mother, or the ex of his mother. I'm not sure what that means, but according to the news report, it says that ex-mother-in-law was the one, that's what the chief said, that ex-mother-in-law was the one who notified the father that she had spotted Miss Raven Yates, the mother, in Mobile, Alabama. And like I stated before, the kids are in Texas, Roman Forest, Texas. So she is miles and miles and miles away from her children. She's being spotted. And I just wonder, what if she had not been spotted? How long would those children have been left there alone? Because here it is today. We're in February, and as far as I've looked, I have not seen her being arrested. So here we are in February, and she left in September. I mean, that means your kids were there for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for New Year's. Now we in Black History Month, and your kids are still without you. What type of excuse could you give? I don't understand that. There's so many different resources. Drop them off at a family member house. Call their daddies. Whatever. But to just pick up and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna go travel the world without my girls, without my kids." I don't understand that. I have no respect for it, mental health or not. I have no respect for it. Don't understand it. Can't get behind the brother's reasoning. I really just feel like he should have spoke out on behalf of his nieces and nephew as opposed to his sister. And that's the problem. That's a problem. A lot of the times the adults in the family, they speak up for the other adults, but don't speak up for the voiceless, which are the children. And I feel like it's just not right. In the end, it's not right. So if you guys have any information or have spotted Raven Yates, call your local police department or contact the Rowan Forest Police Department. And let's catch this woman, because it's not right what she did. Neglecting and abandoning your children, going about and living your life. It's just not okay. You could have went about this 1,000 different ways, and you chose the wrong way. So y'all share this video. We need to get it on out there. We need to get her caught and arrested. We also need to raise awareness, not only for mental health, but also for family members who choose to ignore the very, very crucial signs that something wrong is going on. Because in this case, we are thankful that she did not harm the children, but the children could have been harmed as a result. I mean, you got to think about it. When you leave two children ages 12 and 3 home alone, what are you expecting, especially for that long of a time? With no food, no resources, no one to keep watch over them and make sure they don't burn the house down or run into the street or hurt each other, whatever the case may be. 12 years old, she could have gotten very, very agitated with having to care for her younger brother, who is still teeter-tottering between a baby and a toddler and needing of nurturing and things like that. She could have gotten very overwhelmed, and this just could have turned very badly. So, yeah, y'all share this video. Thank you for watching. That's it for today. Y'all peace out and be well.
Hey, y'all, what Tim say? She said 5 in the morning, I wake up to fight for my earnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you rely in. I've been wandering all day, tried to be fine, but I can't be. Noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Tried to get by, but I'm burning. And behind my mind, it runs all these thoughts of trouble.